Rice.
Nice pants. Didn't know the 77 stopped at Walmart.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? They're actually limited edition, and you should know that considering you're the Walmart expert.
I'm an expert on many things, Walmart just being one of many things. See you on the other side.
Hello. Hello. I'm James Milan, your moderator of choice, always. And here in Arlington, we have a special occasion today. You may know that Sandy Pooler, our not so long time town manager, is actually leaving. And we've decided rather than make it an appointed position, the town is going to make it an elected position from now on. So this is the very first town manager debate in Arlington's history. And we have a couple of not so worthy candidates today. I am going to be speaking with Madam Lee Rice and with equally Madam Reagan Finch. So I just want to remind you that the rules of the day, there are very few of them, are simply that I will ask the questions and they will provide the answers. And each one of them will have a chance to speak until I decide that they've said enough. All right, so let us get going. Reagan Finch, I would like you to answer this question first, and then please, Ms. Rice, I would like you to follow. And the question is quite simple and probably quite glaring to one and all. Looking at both of you, what on earth possessed you to stand for this office, and what makes you think that you are qualified to be a town manager? Reagan.
Well, James, I'm happy to answer. You see, a long time ago, it's funny, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February, it made me shiver with every paper that I would deliver. Bad news on the doorstep.
Oh,
I
sorry.
couldn't take oh, sorry. Wait, I'm gonna start over, I'm
You
not
were
gonna lie.
bad news on the doorstep. I think you couldn't even take...
I couldn't even take one more step. Yes, James, thank you. And I just can't remember if I cried when I read about that widowed bride. But something touched me deep inside the day the music died. And that's why I think I'm qualified to be town manager.
Whoa, well, that's a hard one to follow, but I think you're going to try, Ms. Rice. Please do.
Wait, what song was that?
It was American Pie, but the words came from my heart.
So, I'm not here to fluff around or, you know, dilly-dally. Pretty much one day I woke up on the right side of the bed, plopped my feet up on the ground, and actually God came down and told me that the British were coming. And they needed somebody to lead the armies back to freedom. So I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, so I said yes. And I was also an employee at Market Basket for about 3 years.
That pretty much just sums it right up, doesn't it? And thank you very much, Ms. Rice, for invoking Arlington's pivotal place in
Always.
the Revolutionary War. Don't ever forget it. Let me proceed immediately to the next question. And this is a tough one, because here in Arlington, we are very concerned about our commercial tax base, as I'm sure you know. And so we are looking for extra revenue wherever we can get it from the business community. Well, fast food. I think fast food could be the answer. Many people in Arlington do. We want to know what you think. And especially if fast food is to make a revival in this town, what is the first fast food restaurant you would choose? Ms. Rice.
So, this is a loaded question. There's a lot of fast food that we just don't have in Arlington. So if it were up to me, I would institute, almost immediately, a Taco Bell KFC combination.
Startling but direct. Ms. Finch, or if I may, Finchy, what do you think?
I think that is an excellent idea. However, where I come from in the great state of Florida, we have Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFCs. So I raise you that, Ms. Rice.
Any response, Ms. Rice, or shall we move on?
Just move on.
Okay, I think we'll just leave Finchy with her little oxymoron of the great state of Florida, and we will move on indeed. In fact, another source of great controversy here in the town of Arlington is our designation as an MBTA community. I wonder what your thoughts are on what Arlington should do about this whole situation and what your thoughts are about the MBTA specifically. I know you have some experience yourselves.
Oh, I have quite a few. Well, atop being one of the greatest sandwiches in the world and named after the Duke Earl of Sandwich, I think the BLT is a fantastic sandwich.
I'm sorry, Ms. Finchy, really. What I am talking about is the MBTA, not the MBLT. The MBTA is a transportation system that serves the greater Boston area. I was hoping you might be able to identify it as such, but I think we'll just move on and ask Ms. Rice for her opinion.
Well, pretty much, as we all know, there is no train that runs through Arlington. And as a matter of fact, there's a lot of water around. There's the Arlington Reservoir, the Mystic River, there's the Chuck in Boston. And so what I'm thinking is we kind of just make a giant ferry, and ferries are obviously more expensive and they get you places faster. So we would be making more money, and you'd probably get to the Taco Bell KFC in like 2 minutes, maybe 3 with an additional walking time.
Well, here on this show and on this station, we bend over backwards, to be fair to everybody. So I was not satisfied personally. I'm sure you people out there in the audience weren't either with Ms. Finch's first response here. So we should give her a chance to ask her one more time. MBTA opinions, Ms. Finch?
Well, first of all, America, I would like to deeply apologize for my misunderstanding of the MBTA. I myself am a user of the 77 bus, and I also am unhappy wondering, where is it? Where did it go? Who's to say? Not me, America. But together we can find solutions to find the 77 bus and why it's going to take 45 minutes to reach the end of the line. Is that not the whole route? Or I'm getting ahead of myself. America, stand with me and find the 77 bus.
Much better, Ms. Finch. Thank you very much for that. And we are going to go right to Ms. Rice with the penultimate question in this debate. Has to do with this. One of the glories of Sandy Pooler's tenure, who you, of course, seek to follow, one of the glories of his tenure is that for the entire 6 months leading up to his departure, the parking meters in this town did not work worth a lick. So people all from far and wide were able to come to Arlington, park right in Arlington Center, and pay absolutely no money. Of course, we had no money coming in either to the town through our parking revenues, but the air of celebration, that sense of liberation from parking fees was enough just to lift the spirits of one and all. Now, I'm afraid it feels like there will be a return to parking fees here in town and to working parking meters. Do you have any plans to address that situation, Ms. Rice?
Yeah. I mean, there's really 2 options. First of all, I am kind of confused by it, to be honest, because I figure, why don't you just, like, sleep in the street? Like, I don't, like, really understand why you need a car. Because if I were town manager, there would be the ferry, and with that, you would just sleep on the sidewalk like every normal person does, like I do. Like, it's like not a big deal. And then the second option would be hammers. We just smash all of the meters, and we just
Yeah.
smashed them.
Yeah, like a big town street party meter destruction. I like it. I like it. And I also want to praise you for a second, Ms. Rice, and I know it's not the moderator's job, but I do want to praise you for the subtle and deft way in which you have interwoven your answers so that KFC and everything, they make their appearances in subsequent answers, and it's great to watch a professional at work, is all I can say. Speaking of which, not really, Finchy, do you have an answer about the parking?
Of course I do. While I find Ms. Rice's answer admirable, I see quite a few holes through her plan. One, where's the money going to come from the ferry? It's not going to come from those parking meters you smashed, I can assure you of that. This is why I bring in my solution. Old school bartering. I see no need for parking passes if we all travel via horse. Now I know what you're thinking, Reagan, that's a lot of horse poop that we have to clean up, but it's not my problem, it's yours, America. Here's what I say. We have horses. They live in our houses. They abide within the laws. And then we just park our horses. Thanks.
That simple is it for you, Ms. Finch? Okay, well, I'll tell you. Thank God we have one more question, because it's a tough call as of right now, I suspect, for the audience, as it is for me, between these two spectacularly unqualified candidates. Let me just address one final question with an effort to see if we can parse out some difference between these two. All right, it's a simple question. I'll ask it simply. Please, let Arlington, in the case of Ms. Rice, and America, in the case of Ms. Finch, know, please, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Well, this is the basis of my entire campaign. So let me just say, not only to America, but to you, people of Arlington, a hot dog is a sandwich. It's sandwiched between two pieces of bread, and though they are adjoined, it's technically two.
So a hot dog is a sandwich, says Ms. Finch. Ms. Rice, this is your opportunity. What do you have to say?
You know, why we gotta drag politics into everything? You know what I mean? A hot dog is a sandwich, and I honestly can't believe I'm agreeing with you right now.
I know, it's
And
shocking,
I
frankly.
kind of respect you more for saying that.
I
in a weird
respect
way.
you more.
Yeah, and you know,
What if we were town manager together?
And there you have it. Arlington's first town manager debate ends up in no debate whatsoever. Welcome, Ms. Finch Rice, Mrs. Finch Rice, and welcome, Arlington. You're stuck with them now. This is James Milan signing off and leaving town.